So Isiolo County is one of the ASAL counties, arid and semi-arid counties of Kenya. We are taking 5 wards. We are mapping 5 wards, which include Sericho, Garbatula, Marti, Kina, and Oldonyiro. Now we're in Garbatula. We're flying off from Garbatula down to the western side of the county in Oldonyiro. What is much significant in Isiolo County first, we're in Oldonyiro here, that's where the center is. Oldonyiro is adjacent to the highlands of Nanyuki, very important for wildlife and very important for pastoral resources. We're flying over Oldonyiro, right across to River Waso. What is very significant in this county is it is traversed from east to west by River Wasonyiro. Wasonyiro is what Egypt is, what Nile is to Egypt is Wasonyiro to Isiolo County. That's what I'm saying, is it's the lifeline of the entire district in terms of its pastoralism, in terms of its small agriculture, in terms of supporting wildlife. We get rains coming down from the highlands of Aberdares in the central highlands of Kenya, all the way down to the lowlands near Wajir in Lawrence Swamp. So we are passing through Wasonyiro. National parks, there are lots of national parks here with wildlife. Shaba National Reserve, Buffalo Springs National Reserve, and to the north is, to the northern border is Samburu National Park, which is all world famous, where Joy Adamson and George Adamson lived and tamed wildlife. So we're coming to Wasonyiro, and Badagala and Waso is the forest. The green stuff you are seeing here is the delta where the river comes and floods and floodplain, where pastoralists and farmers use for dry season grazing area. But just few kilometers away from the Bada, which is Chafa, you come to the wet season grazing area, because we have patterns here of grazing over the season. Seasonality is determined by resources which is available on the ground, the wet season grazing area, the dry season grazing area, and drought reserves which are away. Now we're seeing Chafa. Chafa is Alpha Malbed dry season grazing area, is where you come when resources outside are all depleted and you take your livestock. And at the border there are the challenges of access to resources, rules governing negotiation, reciprocal rights. All these have been downgraded a bit by the advent of nation states, and now there are conflicts on the borderlines. What we're seeing here are pans, several of them, shallow wells in Hawaii, which is at the border with Wajir, at the end of the dry season grazing, the dry season grazing area, the wetland of River Waso. So outside here, these are all customary managed, customary resources managed by the customary system, in conjunction with support from outsiders. Okay, now then in the north is a huge landmass which is kept for drought reserve. To build is kept as drought reserve. You go there only when there's drought, and drought is successive failure of rains, not 1, not 2, maybe 3 or 4 rains. People go there, and this is not just drought reserve for Isiolo County, because pastoral livelihood is across large distance and across border. At times people come from all the way as far as southern Ethiopia, Moyale, Marsabit County, Wajir County, and this is controlling pasture through water. There aren't many water points. There are 4 deep boreholes, and those 4 deep holes are opened only during drought, and they close down when it rains. People go to the wet season grazing area, and they go back, oscillate between the wet season and the dry season grazing area unless there is pronounced drought. What we're saying is the dry season grazing area, which lies in between the drought reserve and the wet season grazing area. So we go back, we're flying back over the plains of Marti. All the yellow spots are pans which go for 1, 2, maximum of 3 months, and it dries up. When the rains come, you go to those pans, you go to areas near the pans, which dry up very fast, after the 2 months, and when the 2 months is over, as I said earlier, you come to the to Chafa, to the wetland. That is the dry season grazing area. You only go to drought reserve when drought is announced. And there's a lot of other livelihood also along the river, a lot of farming, as I said, wildlife. This is an irrigation scheme. The farm is here. This is one of the rivers down to the south of the county in Kina, a RAPS irrigation scheme. A lot of money has been invested here for the last 30 years. Even as we are talking, there is irrigation expansion of this irrigation scheme going on. But the challenge is water from downstream, upstream ain't flowing as much as it used to be. So the red thing is the expansion of the scheme. And then there's the wildlife. You can see River Bisan Guraj, River Bisan Adi. In between them, the green spot is Bisan Adi National Reserve and Meru National Park, which is adjacent to it. It's a small area adjacent to Meru County, which a lot of agriculture, a lot of diversified livelihood systems are in place supporting people's livelihood. So this landscape with its soils, the grazing areas, and drought reserve. We have water points of all water nature, ephemeral rivers, shallow wells, and you can see a huge map which is got lots of attributes, lots of points. All of our Isiolo, it's become like a huge city like Nairobi with a lot of infrastructure, and these are all people's local knowledge that has been tapped with mineral resources that has been tapped into a map meaningful for them, with all their names, with all their attributes, so that they can plan and see what to do. And we fly back from where we started at Garbatula town, where we are. Thank you.